Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a sweet little girl who wore a beautiful red cloak given to her by her grandmother. She loved it so much that everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother said, "Take this basket of goodies to your grandmother's house. She's feeling ill. Remember, stay on the path and don't talk to strangers." Excitedly, Little Red Riding Hood set off on her journey through the forest. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and the wildflowers were in full bloom. As she skipped along, she suddenly met a sly, cunning wolf who popped out from behind a tree. "Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood," the wolf said with a toothy grin. "Where are you going this fine day?" "I'm going to visit my sick grandmother and bring her this basket of food," she replied, forgetting her mother's advice. "What a kind girl you are," said the wolf, eyes glinting with a mischievous plan. "Why not take a few flowers to your grandmother too?" She saw no harm in this and strayed from the path, picking the prettiest flowers she could find. Meanwhile, the wily wolf dashed straight to the grandmother's cottage. Arriving swiftly, the wolf knocked on the door. "Who's there?" called the grandmother weakly. "It's your dear granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood," lied the wolf. "Lift the latch and come in," the grandmother responded. The wolf quickly opened the door and gobbled her up in a single gulp. Then, he dressed in her clothes, put on her glasses, and hopped into bed, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. Before long, Little Red Riding Hood came cheerfully to the cottage door, her arms full of flowers. She entered and went straight to the bedside. "Grandmother, what big ears you have," she exclaimed. "The better to hear you with, my dear," replied the disguised wolf. "Grandmother, what big eyes you have. The better to see you with, my dear," the wolf said. "But grandmother, what big teeth you have. The better to eat you with," roared the wolf, leaping out of the bed. Little Red Riding Hood screamed and jumped back just as a passing woodsman heard the ruckus. He burst into the cottage with his axe, scaring the wolf. The woodsman chased the wolf away, and out ran the wolf into the forest, never to be seen again. Thankfully, the woodsman knew a little magic. He tapped the axe on the ground, and out hopped grandmother safe and sound. Grateful, they all cheered the brave woodsman. Little Red Riding Hood learned her lesson and promised never to wander off the path again. Everyone enjoyed the goodies together, and the grandmother quickly recovered with her loving family around. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood always remembered her mother's words and knew to be careful of strangers in the forest. And they all lived happily ever after. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos.